Burnout doesn't happen overnight. It creeps in, disguising itself as stress, exhaustion, or just a bad day. The scary part: most of us don't realize it's happening until we're already consumed by it. Today, I'll share 10 hidden signs you're suffering from burnout. If you notice any of these, it's your mind and body's way of telling you to stop, breathe, and take care of yourself. 1. You're constantly tired no matter how much you sleep. This isn't just regular tiredness. Burnout leaves you feeling drained on every level, physically, emotionally, and mentally. Even if you sleep for 8 hours or more, you wake up feeling like you haven't rested at all. Imagine this. You hit snooze repeatedly in the morning, and when you finally get up, it feels like a heavy weight is pressing on your chest. Even simple tasks, like making coffee or getting dressed, feel overwhelming. This isn't laziness. It's your body's way of saying, I'm running on empty. Burnout fatigue isn't cured by sleep. It needs time, self-care, and recovery. 2. You've lost interest in things you once loved. Remember the hobbies that used to excite you? Reading, cooking, painting, or spending time with friends. Burnout has a way of stealing the joy from these moments, leaving everything feeling dull. You might tell yourself, I'll get back to it when I'm less busy. But that day never comes. Even when you have free time, the thought of doing anything feels exhausting. It's like the spark inside you has dimmed, and nothing can reignite it. Burnout makes life feel grey, but recognizing this sign is the first step to bringing colour back into your world. 3. You're always on edge. Have you noticed yourself snapping at people over small things? Maybe you lose your temper in traffic, or a simple question feels like an attack. This constant irritability isn't just a bad mood, it's a sign that your mind is overwhelmed. Burnout strips away your patience, leaving you hypersensitive to everything around you. Even minor inconveniences feel like mountains. For example, someone forgets to reply to your text, and suddenly it feels personal. Or a spilled drink feels like the end of the world. This isn't who you are. It's what burnout does. It pushes you to your limits until you don't recognize yourself anymore. 4. You struggle to focus or remember things. You sit down to work, but your mind is foggy. You read the same email 3 times and still don't know what it says. Or worse, you completely forget deadlines, appointments, or important tasks. Burnout affects your cognitive functions, making concentration and memory feel impossible. It's like your brain is running on low battery, unable to process or retain information. Think about the last time you forgot something simple, like what you needed at the store or the name of someone you just met. That's burnout clouding your mind. This mental fog isn't permanent, but it's a clear sign you need to slow down. 5. You feel detached from your work or responsibilities. Have you ever felt like you're just going through the motions? You show up, do what's expected, but it all feels meaningless. That's burnout creating a wall between you and your passions. For example, you might once have cared deeply about your work or family commitments, but now you feel indifferent, like nothing really matters anymore. It's like being on autopilot, where every day feels the same and you're just waiting for it to end. Burnout disconnects you from what once gave your life meaning, leaving you feeling empty. 6. You've started neglecting your basic needs. When was the last time you ate a proper meal, went for a walk, or got enough sleep? Burnout often leads to neglecting the very things that keep you healthy. You skip meals because you're too tired to cook or tell yourself you'll exercise tomorrow. But tomorrow keeps getting pushed further away. Over time, this neglect catches up with you. Your energy dips, your mood worsens, and your body starts to feel the strain. Burnout convinces you that you don't have time to take care of yourself, but the truth is, you can't afford not to. 7. You feel unappreciated or overwhelmed. Burnout thrives when you feel undervalued. No matter how much you do, it feels like it's never enough. You start questioning your worth, wondering, what's the point? For example, at work, you might take on extra projects without recognition. At home, you might feel like everyone depends on you, but no one acknowledges your efforts. This sense of being overlooked amplifies burnout, making you feel invisible and stuck. You deserve to feel seen and appreciated. Burnout thrives in silence, but it doesn't have to stay that way. 8. You're constantly overthinking everything. Do you find yourself replaying conversations in your head, wondering if you said the wrong thing, or stressing over things you can't control? Burnout makes overthinking a constant companion. You might spend hours worrying about mistakes that no one else noticed or imagining worst-case scenarios that never happen. This mental overdrive leaves you exhausted before the day even begins, stealing your peace of mind. Burnout doesn't just tire your body, it wears out your mind too. 9. You use distractions to avoid your feelings. Burnout can make your emotions feel too heavy to handle, so instead of facing them, you distract yourself with endless scrolling, binge-watching, or overeating. For example, you might tell yourself, I'll just watch one episode, but end up watching an entire season. Or you find yourself mindlessly scrolling your phone for hours without realizing it. These distractions might provide temporary relief, but they don't address the root of your burnout. Facing your feelings might be uncomfortable, but it's the only way to truly heal. 10. You feel like you're failing, even when you're not. Burnout distorts your perspective, making you feel like you're falling short, even when you're not. You question your abilities, feel like you're letting people down, and wonder if you're enough. For example, you might complete a major project, but still feel like it wasn't good enough. Or you might compare yourself to others and feel like you're falling behind. Burnout lies to you, convincing you that you're failing when, in reality, you're just overwhelmed. Remember, burnout isn't a reflection of your abilities. It's a signal that you need to take care of yourself. Burnout doesn't mean you're weak. It means you've been too strong for too long. Recognizing these signs isn't defeat. It's the first step to recovery. Start small. Take a break. Talk to someone you trust, or set boundaries. Healing takes time, but you're worth it. Remember, you can't pour from an empty cup. If this video helped you, share it with someone who might need this message. And don't forget to hit like and subscribe for more reminders to protect your peace and prioritize your well-being.